The Gary Patterson has a fine football team. He proved it on Saturday. He had a very an electric defense, return man that could put points on the board, and we were fortunate to score. And we worked hard. I liked how our kids fought. They continue to do that. They'll improve. We'll have an opportunity at some significant victories as this season continues. So OU, they had a nice transfer quarterback. Khalil Herbert is a tremendous player. Good quality footwork and toughness and just an arm that you could just uncork it, and very accurate, very strong. So now, any questions?
Hey, I just wondered if you could kind of give us some more clarity about the situation with Khalil.
Khalil.
Yeah. When did you find out that he wasn't going to be with the team?
I had the opportunity to visit with him Friday night, and at length. But it's really his business, and it's something that I'm not going to comment on. If you you'll eventually get it. So.
And so he traveled down for the game?
Pardon?
You talked with him Friday night in Texas?
At the game. You bet.
Earlier today, you said you expect it to last until the foreseeable future. Does that mean permanent? Do you expect his departure to be permanent?
Yeah, again, the ongoing conversations with Khalil are still, and so I'm not gonna comment on that.
Do you feel like getting the news on that day might have affected your team in a negative way?
I have no idea. I hope not. I have no idea.
And last one, not saying this is what this is, but what are your thoughts on this change to the redshirt rule that allows players to leave after 4 games or take a redshirt after 4 games?
We're any team that's building looks at attrition in the same way. It's not something you want. You want your guys that you want them to stay with you. You want them to give them the opportunity to have great success and have all the dreams that they want fulfilled right here. So.
And then is Khalil just not with the team at all? Is he around the facility at all? Or
I have not seen him.
If you have a question, please raise your hand.
I just wondered if there was a law in California about players being able to, I guess, be compensated for their likeness and endorsements and things like that. Do you have any general comment on if that's good for football and college football?
College football,
it
certainly will change the landscape of college football. Those places that have New York City, for instance, as a marketplace, or Southern California as a marketplace, will certainly have great advantages over opportunities for their players. So I'm not. It doesn't look. It's not really my call.
Sure. Do you extend that to recruiting advantage too? I mean, to land some of those players for those opportunities?
I think we'll compete very comfortably with quality of education, kind of campus we have, and the people that are here. I think we'll compete very well. I think it'll be interesting to see. In other words, basically, a head coach might solicit support, and so that we could, compete in a fair and accurate and comfortable manner.
Could you just break down Velton Gardner a little bit and whether you expect to kind of lean on him going forward?
Yeah, we guy from Dallas, big runner, has great change of direction, big smile on his face after he came off the field. He's a guy that'll have a long and a very capable career.
Coach, when you're looking at Oklahoma's offense, year after year, they're coming with a new quarterback, and whichever quarterback's going to be up for the Heisman voting, what is it about this offense that's able to so quickly come back and be dominant?
They have a group of receivers that are big and strong and capable, and a nice offensive line that can protect them. And Jalen Hurts is a known commodity. He's a great player and a certainly capable passer. So they have all the goods.
Hey, Les, over here. We didn't see Dom Williams either on Saturday. Is he in a similar situation to Khalil, looking red shirt, or can you give us an update on his status?
Yeah, I really can't. Again, it's Dom's information, not mine. But he'll be at practice today, and we're going to go on from there.
I had a question about Mike Lee. Looked like he might have got banged up against TCU later in that game. Is he okay? Is he able to play?
Yeah, I think I'm going to take HIPAA on that one because I don't know exactly where he's at in terms of his health, but he did take significant contact. He's a tough young man, and I'd expect him to return as soon as he can.
Do you have any update on just if you expect Drew Prox to be back, and also what did you see out of Gavin Potter in playing in his place?
Gavin Potter had 9 unassisted tackles, and although some of his unassisted tackles took about 4 or 5 yards to get him to the ground, I enjoyed how he played, how his toughness reared, and you could see that he's going to be a very, very capable linebacker as we go forward. Yeah, I don't know exactly when Drew Prox will be back. I think we'll know more as we get through the next couple of weeks.
I wanted to ask you about next week. You guys have the bye week. What does that look like for the coaches, for the players? How do you kind of approach that?
It's an opportunity for young guys that are nicked up to get healthy. We'll also review self-scout. In other words, we're going to find out what plays that the opponents think that we're going to run, and let's see that we can put together a quality game plan such that they'll not understand where we're going. So we'll do an in-depth self-scout, and then we'll get some freshness, get to this piece of the season and have the need to relax and get off your feet. And, I think that they'll do that. There'll be coaches will be recruiting. The coaching staff will be out.
Take a couple more questions. Raise your hand. We'll bring you a mic.
I just wonder with the Khalil situation, when a guy like that, face of the program, leading rusher, all that, if he does end up stepping away for good, I mean, what do you have to do to kind of right the ship with the rest of the guys? And that's obviously a big blow. And how do you handle that, I guess, emotionally and mentally?
Again, it's not something that I want to spend a lot of time on. And it's, I spent, you know, so I spent some time on this. This is not something that did not go with effort from the head coach. So everybody has a different path.
I just meant as far as rallying the rest of your guys that are here.
Well, I think the guys are going to want to improve and play well the back end of the remainder of our games, and I don't know if that'll be a real issue.
Hey, Coach, I know historically speaking, Oklahoma State hadn't beaten Oklahoma very often, but obviously you had some success against the Sooners. When you went to Norman, or when you're kind of around Oklahoma fans, were they kind of extra hard on you because of the success you had there? I mean, I know that every road trip, the fans probably don't like you much, but they weren't real warm, I'm assuming, towards you in Norman.
I think that they were. I think they enjoyed the rivalry. I think that they looked at Bedlam, an opportunity to fill one stadium and celebrate the football in that state, as something that they could really enjoy. And I don't know that. I do know of one fan that absolutely did not enjoy me, and he made it very clear in a number of words that he chose to speak to me with. But other than that, I've really enjoyed the people from Oklahoma. They've responded to me and my family very well.
In the back of the mention.
Coach, what do you think was the most notable quality when you're looking back on the TCU game? What was the most notable quality that was missing from the team that led to the result the way it went?
I think the effort and energy was there. I really do, and put the defense in a tough position, and I still think they performed. I think we're a team that's needs some improvement and needs to work, and I think they'll do that. I really don't have a lot of questions there. I think that they're. I think that quality that you speak to will certainly show itself as we go forward.
Last one in front with Matt.
I just wonder, with Lincoln Riley and this incredible success that OU's quarterbacks have had, Baker and then Kyler and now Jalen. I mean, have you seen anything like that? What do you make of what's happening down there at that position? And of course, with Lincoln Riley doing a lot of that.
Yeah, well, Lincoln Riley's done a great job, taking the reins from great Coach Bob Stoops. But they've had a great run with quarterbacks and receivers that can fly and have height and ball skills. Not to mention the quality rushing attack that that really kind of matches their ability to throw. Yeah, I think that they're right now on the cusp of college football. I think Alabama's probably in the defensive side, and Oklahoma more on the offensive side.